Hi everyone, we're just getting set up for tonight's little watercolor tip session. So hopefully we'll have some people attending soon and getting on board and watching a few things that I'm working on at the moment. So I'm just going to set up and get a link across to my Facebook. Hopefully we'll be able to get started. Let's bail out of that. So I'm just going to set a few things up, see if I can get a few people to link on from my Facebook. Here we go. So we've still got about 5 minutes before we get into a series of tips or a demo, micro demo. Yeah, micro demo. Why not? Something like that might be interesting. All I want now is for Facebook and my computer not to SH1T themselves, and then we should be fine, really. Excuse me. Gee, when you want everything to go smoothly, it doesn't want to go smoothly. It just really wants to give you grief, and sort of stuff like this that wants you to take medications. I don't want to take medications, but I just need to put up a few little messages, and we'll be up and running. So when this thing finally decides it wants to help me, then we should be okay. So I'm just going to post a few. Here we go. Create a few little posts. Create a post, let people know. Come on. No, that's not what I asked for. Create a post. Yeah, that's what I want. Here we go. Please. Okay. Watercolor tips. Okay, so hopefully this will work and people can join me. Hopefully you'll be able to find this on my Facebook page, and away we go. Now I have, at this moment in time, excuse me, at this moment in time I have really no idea of what I want to do tonight. In terms of watercolor tips, there are many. Having today run a absolute beginners class at Biennate in Brisbane, good friends of ours, Marcel and Yasmin. We had an absolute beginners class there today, and so we took students through a whole range of absolute beginner sort of fundamentals of watercolor, which was a very good 2 days. We taught some students a lot about the fundamentals of watercolor, everything from washes through to dry brush and wet on wet. It was a great little combination of all sorts of little components for watercolor. I think the students got a lot out of it. But now, tonight, I've been thinking a little bit about what happened over the last couple of days, yesterday and today, and I just thought, well, could I extract something from that and bring to tonight's class? And what I've got here is effectively a gorgeous piece of Arches watercolor 300 GSM cold pressed paper in front of me, and I'd really like to do something with that, as opposed to just letting it go to waste. Obviously you don't let paper like this go to waste. So I'm thinking, sort of as a bit of a tip, but it rolled into a demo, I think I'd probably just have a quick look at some images, a few images, and maybe just do a shortish, I just want to do this painting. I don't know which painting, but given that I've got Arches paper in front of me, I'd like to make it more than a demo. I don't do demos on Arches paper. I really just try and go for broke and put down a really nice painting. So I'm going to tape this piece of paper down. Just going to set myself, I'm just going to stand up and click a button up here. I've got another little camera about to run on my phone, so I just really want to check that. We're almost ready to go. I'm making sure that I don't have autofocus on somewhere. Autofocus? No. Obviously I don't have autofocus on, which is good. So I'll just take the sheet down. Again, we're right on 8 o'clock, so hopefully people are going to sit down and watch a little bit of this. I haven't figured out an image. I suppose, hopefully there might be some commentary and you might have something you'd like to ask. I'm just going to call up the page with the live chat. So if at all you'd like to ask any questions, tonight is your lucky night. Ask some questions and maybe we might even get a painting. If you talk about types of painting, whether it's a nautical or a landscape or a this or a that, pose a question. Pose something that you'd like me to paint, and maybe I might just have a crack at trying to put a painting together for you based on a small selection of imagery that I have. I might excuse me, I might rustle something up and have a crack at it, just for, make it a quick painting. So if I do it within half an hour to an hour, 45 minutes to an hour on a beautiful sheet of Arches, half sheet, let's give it a go. So please write your commentaries down on the YouTube chat. Hopefully I think you've got access to to asking questions or putting down some commentary, so please have a crack at that. Or if you don't see anything appear, send me a message for those who have or see my or on Facebook Messenger with me. Please, please just send me a Facebook message and I'll try and read that. I might just have a swig of something just to ease my throat. Not that I want to condone drinking alcohol on screen. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to lean over here and I'll have a glass of alcohol over on the side here. Sorry. Hopefully I'll be able to talk a little bit longer. Okay. We're just sort of getting warmed up. But nonetheless, I'll have a quick look at my little collection of paintings and I'll just pick something that I'd like to really have a crack at painting. Something that's actually probably been on my mind for a while too. A lot of these images are always sitting just at the edge of a painting. So I scan, there are a lot of paintings that I always look at, or a lot of photographs that I'm always looking at, wondering whether I've got the nerve or the courage to actually tackle some of these images, because some of the images are actually quite, I wouldn't say intimidating, but they certainly are, can be quite a challenge. So I spend a fair amount of time trying to figure out how to paint them. That's sort of a lot of the process, a lot of the thinking is trying to get your head around the strategy of how you tackle each little piece of the painting, of the watercolor painting. I do have a stack of stock photos, photographs that I collect off the internet that literally are what I in fact put them into a folder called inspirational images. And then within those inspirational images, I have a couple of folders where I have images from something like Pixabay, a free site for images, and also unsplash.com, which is another site for amazing images. So I'm just rustling up something at the moment. Oh, I've turned on my images and I'm going to pick something here. And I don't know why I'm getting a lovely JPEG image instead of the pictures appearing. I don't know why. Maybe it has something to do with my it may very well have something to do with the fact that I've run out of RAM or something like that, or I'm running out of RAM. So I'll just get rid of some of these things. We might start seeing some pictures. No, for some reason I'm not seeing images. It's always like that, isn't it? Let me just see what I've got. Hope you're having a great night, Sunday night, 8 o'clock. You probably don't want to be hanging around too long, so I'll quickly find some pictures. Here we go. Pixabay, what do we got? I'll quickly flick through and find something. There's no one's made any commentary at the moment in terms of something with water. Carmel, thanks Carmel. If possible. Marcio says, okay, well, from Brazil, great. I love what you did for Go With The Flow series as part of 2 art with an admin of the sketching group. We'd love to know. Okay, pulled it. Yeah. How you know how I pulled it off? With a lot of sweat and anguish, with a good team, a little bit of thinking, but a seriously big belief in the broader watercolor community that would hopefully tackle this and take it on. And it was really with my heart in my mouth that I leapt forward, had a crack at this, and everyone jumped on board. It was a phenomenal success. I think everyone who took part in it enjoyed it. I wish I could have had a broader reach and a greater acceptance. It was a case of really those that put their hands up, who jumped on board and saw that this was actually a goer. You had to have a bit of belief. You jumped on board and did it. And those that did that, I think they really enjoyed it. Next time when I do something like this, I hope people realise that I'm not mucking around and, I never was mucking around. It's just that it's hard. When people don't know who you are, it's really hard to get that across. But nonetheless, that was the first one. There are many more to come. So look, I'm not going to dawdle around too long. I just want to find an image, which I'm now looking for. Here we go. I'll quickly find an image. Something with water. Oh, okay. Here we go. Something with water, although that's not such a great image with water. Something with water. Something with water, as long as it's not too static and it's just not water and nothing else. So I'll find something quickly. I'm just racing through. Oh, here we go. That might do it. How about a little bit of a Venice scene with some water? I was actually thinking about this one a little while ago, so I might just plonk that over there and quickly connect this to my image. Here we go. Is that image 6? Is that what it is? Yes. I'll just change this and find that image over there. Okay, so I found that image. Now I've just got to change it. I'll change it. Here we go. I'll change that image and then be able to transition and show you what that image is. So it takes a little while. Unfortunately, I can't just flip it up and bob, bang, there it is. I'm not that savvy with computers. So here we go. Colors inspiration. Here we go. Pixabay. Let's find it. City. That one. Okay. We'll crop it and we'll play with this one. Okay. Now this is an image. Okay, let's do that. I'll just resize it so that we've got something to work with. That's better. I hope the sizing is okay. Okay, so I've now got an image. Great. And for those who are watching, thanks for coming along. Thanks for jumping in and watching this. It's going to be a very quick watercolor demo. I know that normally I do these as tips, but I'm all out of tips from Sunday morning. I would have had a really nice tip this morning. Considering that I went in to teach a class of absolute beginners, I've spent all my tips today on the class, and tonight I feel like if I'm going to do something like a tip, it may as well be a demo so you get a little bit of everything happening. This is straight off the cuff. I haven't really prepared anything. I've just found the image now. Something that I've thought about. I might crop it a little, but we'll dive straight into it. So there'll be a little bit of drawing so you get a feel for it, and then I'll tackle it. I'll give myself an hour from the moment I start. I'll give myself an hour, bang, and I'll hit it and we'll go for it. So it's going to be a quick one, and hopefully it'll include within the hour the quick sketch drawing of it. I'll compose it so that I'm probably end up cropping it a bit, but we'll go for it once I set it up on the screen. So hopefully, let's just see what happens, okay? So I'll transition, excuse me, I'll transition over to, I've had to commit to my either landscape or portrait format. I'm going to commit to a landscape format now. And we're ready to go. So here we go. Let's see if the image itself will be in the bottom right hand corner. It's a Venetian scene. It's either from Pixabay or from unsplash.com. They're both royalty free sites where you can download images and use them. There are no sort of restrictions on that. I'm not here making money off it, so in fact it's just it's a free punt at a really nice picture. So I'm going to have a crack at it, see what it does. So I'll now fade across to that, and hopefully there you go. You can see the picture. There's the picture, that one there, and I'll crop it a little bit so that we can get the most out of it. Or if I can sort of see something in that image, I'm just going to move my screen around here so that I can get a better visual from my second screen, just so that I'm not looking at a 10-cent stamp, but something fairly large. I can then quickly work with that, crop it, and away we go. Okay, so hopefully you're going to hang around and maybe see something evolve with this one. Okay, so here we go. Chanakya, if you want to have a chat later on, just message me. We can talk more about it later on. Not a problem. Okay, so you can see the image below me or to the right here. That's the one I'm going to tackle. So very quickly, I'm going to crop this picture. I'm not going to paint the whole thing, you know, putting a long landscape into what is otherwise a fairly squarish image, but we'll get something happening that should be relatively okay. Now this is going to be very quick, so it's not going to be about detail. It's just going to generally get the mood happening in the scene. So I'm just going to play around with my image a little bit, and I'll stretch it around so that I've got something that approximates the great, something like that. Okay, so I've got my great. Okay, so I've got a sort of a shape now for my page, and away we go. So here we go. Building, water, sort of something like that. There's a boat out there. Well, you can see the picture, so you can sort of follow roughly what I'm doing. And we'll try and pump this one out as a very quick, sort of energetic painting, rather than trying to labor away with it and make it perfect. And I just want to get some energy into this image for a change. Well, not for a change, but you know, really just have this something a little bit quick, action-packed. So just starting to get a little bit of there. You've got a whole pile of sticks and things there. You've got posts in the water. You've got some more. Then you've got all of these boats that sort of do this. Look, 2, 2, 3, 4, and the last one sort of like that, and then this boat hull goes sort of like that there. Of course the same thing happens to each of those. There's some guff and stuff there, more posts. There's a figure sort of about there and some handrails and things. You know, the beauty of just picking up pieces is that you're not really concentrating and worried about all the detail. It's just tones, colors, lights, where's the light, where's the focus, that sort of thing. So with this particular image, there's sort of bits there, little roof. Getting the proportions is probably more important, and then that one disappears up there. You know, you've got something like that, and of course all of these angles radiate around. Water, you've got some more through there. So this is going to be purely about getting a lot of colour down fast. Remember, I've got an hour, so when did I start? Say 5 minutes ago, 8:10. Let's just time it so that we're getting a, you know, I'm not going to cheat on you. So a little bit there, a little bit of a turrety thing. Let's just get some shapes in here. So I've got some idea of where I want to put some colour and some tone, some different variations. Yeah, so this is just going to be splash, splash, splash. Excuse me, today. Very quick. Rough proportions are about right. Okay, we've got some blue. We've got some blues, some light blues, some gold. This is our lightest area here, and there's some light sticks happening in here. We've got some nice aquas and greens and turquoises through the water. So, okay, so I'm generally happy with the colour. Nice shadows through here. There's a bit of warmth back there. That's okay. A little bit of warmth back there. And then this starts to really take off in shadows and things here. Okay, so the little bit of, excuse me, a little bit of the roof here, and maybe one of the points of the building here, or the boat here. Okay, so let's just get some water happening. I'm just going to stand up and start the little video camera that I have up here. Here we go. Yeah, so we get this nice and get this thing recorded and online. Okay, here we go. So I'm just going to start. First of all, yes, it's within the hour, so I have got, what's the time? 17 past, so I'm already, jeepers, 7 minutes into it. Here we go. Let's just get some blues and some greys washed out of the way. So I've sort of set myself a bit of a challenge, yeah? Oops, sorry about that. bit of a challenge, and I'll try and read a little bit if I can. Yeah, nice. Thanks, Prashant, but yeah. Oh well. Maybe not tonight. And yeah. It's life. It's life. When you have to go to the point of the only way of making a statement is to say things like that. You know, it's yeah. I feel sorry. Oh well, that's okay. So let's get a little bit of blue and then to ochre here. So we start with a little bit of cerulean. A little bit of cerulean. We're going to quickly get a little bit of ochre into all of that. Yeah, bit of ochre, a little bit of alizarin too. So we get some warmth happening. A lot of water. This is just going to be a one-hit wonder, this first wash. A lot of blue. A lot of blue. Just swimming in blue. Here we go. Bang. Bang. A lot of water. bit of ochre, there's a bit of dirty ochre there. Let's get some of that in there. Get this nicely mixed in so we get this nice glorious sort of warmth flowing through the painting. This is just going to be the first wash, okay? Just the first wash. So let's get a little bit of light through there. A little bit of alizarin too. Yeah, a bit of warmth through the alizarins and the pinks in there. But still, let's just concentrate on this ochre. Let's get some ochre happening first. So, a little bit of ochre, a bit more ochre. There's a lot of ochre. Still very wet, so let's just get a lot of that down. A lot of ochres. I need to leave that roof there. Again, there's a little bit of warmth through there. A lot of warmth through there, even to a point where it's a little bit orangey. Bit burnt scenery. Through there. You're thinking, what is he doing? Not really. A bit of yellow through there. Okay. Bit of a crazy green. You're thinking, what? Crazy green? Right, we can go through there. That's all right. That's okay. A few little points like so. Remember, this is just a 1 hour exercise. It's nothing. It's not a massive sort of let's get this perfect. It's a very quick painting exercise, and that's really how I'm tackling it. So I'm not wanting to. This is not about being perfect here at all. This is having a crack really quickly. A bit of blue, bit of cobalt in there. And there's a nice warm ochre yellow in that corner. So let's make let's make it really warm and yellowy ochre in that corner. Let's get rid of that green there. A lot of yellow, a lot of ochre. There, yellow ochre. Let's just get that in the corner. Yeah, just for the sake of okay. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, darks, colours, all sorts of things. So, you know, that's fine. That's the first wash. I'm just going to quickly grind. These white areas, they're more than likely going to be black, but well, black or dark. But I'm really wanting to get those greens merging with the the browns and the siennas. It's not a very rich mix at the moment, but that's okay. I'm going to quickly dry that because I'm running out of time, so I have to work quickly. So let's just get the hairdryer and onto that. You're probably thinking, where is this going? Where is this going? I see it. I see it. Colours are okay. They're okay. Yeah, they're fine. I'm just going to run this. So there's some discussions. Go Szczepan, go Szczepan. Yeah. Must be late at night at Oz. No, it's actually 8:26. How do you decide which white area to leave from the paper instead of from first wash? Well, in fact, these white areas, the only real white area is this area here of the building. I've left some white, but I've made it fairly light in hue, and I'm leaving it at that light yellow, light lemon, but a lot of these other parts of the painting are going to be significantly darker. So, excuse me, there will be some little areas in here that will be light, and maybe I could have captured, and I might still try and capture one or two other areas, say through about, oh, it's probably too late, but you know, maybe through there I could have taken a little bit more white through here, maybe the odd post through there, maybe something through there. While we're thinking of it, maybe something through there, doesn't matter, just a few lines here or there. Also, maybe through here. But that's okay. Maybe the point. Also the point of the boats. One of the boats here right at the point. Maybe I could really still get a little bit of light tone picked up from one of them there. That's okay. That's enough. The top of that boat over there. That's it. So I'll quickly dry this. I'm working against the clock, so very quickly, here we go. Waste too much time with the dryer. So next wash. Okay, so this is now moving beyond our first. Obviously, it's not our first wash anymore. Just looking for the right paintbrush. We've got one here. Where are my paintbrushes? That's not so good when I can't find my paintbrushes. Ah, they're underneath. Oh, sure. Okay, I've probably been talking and just run myself hoarse. So my wife is probably watching this and listening to this and going, "Have a drink." I will. Here we go. It's a very dark tea. I'm just happening to be drinking it out of a wine glass. Sorry about that. But okay, second wash. So now we're starting to get a little bit serious because we've got to start thinking about our midtones. So this is all the base, all of our luscious sort of thinking about where our main color groups are. And I really wanted to put these light turquoises into the water because that color is not really going to change. The only thing we're going to whack over the top is a whole pile of shadows and secondary tones that sort of that overlay that. So here we go. I've got a lot of blue. I probably don't need any more blue, and it's a shame to waste, but I need to use those two lower pans. So let's quickly get rid of the blue. How are we going for time? 8:30. Oh, jeepers. 40 minutes. Oops. And that's probably not so great, but you know what? That's just gone. Okay. That's okay. That's a dirty one. Here we go. Next wash. Mid-tones. Mid-grey. Mid-grey. That means to me, mid-grey. Let's get a mid-grey happening. Let's get a mid-grey. So, cobalt. Oh no, blue. Blue for a grey. Here we go. A little bit of alizarin. Let's get that happening. Ooh, too much. Back to more cobalt. Let's get that purple happening. Oh, yep. Now we're cooking. Purple. Purple? Oh, burnt sienna. That's right. Burnt sienna and purple. Oh, suddenly we're getting a grey. Funny that. Okay, here we go. A bit of a grey, slightly brownish. Oh, might just add a little bit more cobalt just to sort of neutralise it a bit. Here we go. A bit more. So it's on the bluest side rather than on the... okay, now a little bit of burnt sienna. So suddenly we've got a grey. That's good. That's a good grey. But we want it on the warmish side. We can't have everything too cool. So I'll just play a little bit of devil's advocate now. So we have a little bit of grey on this side, and we take a little bit of burnt sienna, a bit of ochre, and so we warm up that grey and have a nice warm grey. Here we go. That's nice. It's still part of the same family of colours. So here we go. This is going to be very quick, very quick. Here we go. Okay. And obviously the colour is warming through from behind, from underneath. It's just going to start coming through. So we're going to start painting our yellows and all of our other tones that are just going to come up through from behind very quickly. Pretty light. Just a lot of tone, a lot of colour, splashes of burnt sienna here and there, splashes of burnt sienna here and there in the roof. Don't worry, you'll see, hopefully this won't be so alien to you in a little while. I'm not going to touch those dots because they'll create a problem for me. More yellow, okay. Some light, got some other little things happening up here. Subtly. It's just bringing a lot of these tones together, and as long as you start working and playing with sticky tones in amongst all of this, you should be fine. Yeah. Yeah, it's not escaping me, it's just that I'm making up a lot of other things at the moment. Little sticky. And it won't be exact, so please don't kill me for it not being the same. It's an impression, that's the whole point of painting these things. We're just painting impressions. If you wanted a realistic image within an hour, take a photograph. I'm just having fun with a little quick impression, so hopefully you can get on board with that and it's not such a problem. My greys, don't forget all of this is actually fairly grey over there, and these are just very quick, yeah. I can't even see what I'm painting over there. That's all right. But it's a slow build-up. It's just a slow build-up of tones as we go. It's nothing too, I suppose, crazy, I suppose. Mid-tones, you know. Softs, these are just all soft, nice soft colours. There'll be some harder lines later on, but at the moment it's just some nice soft tones. It's okay. Yeah, I can do those later. A little bit of stuff up here. How long are we going for? How are we going for time? 41. So not that long to go. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Need to do a fairly quick wash over the boats now. Linking. Another 20 minutes, 25 minutes to go. So it's going to be a team effort. Just keep going. Don't know what you've done, but it's, yeah, I'm going for broke. A little bit of green, need that. Okay, a few little lines. Yeah, it's not quite there yet. And remember, this is all still fairly wet, so that's okay. Very wet and sticky, that's okay. Just still playing with those mid-greys. I haven't gone anywhere near darks yet, so blues. Okay, get that in there, that's okay. I can go over with harder, sharper edges in a minute. Okay, good. Like that, okay. Yeah, that's right. Let's get rid of this. Make that part of that. That's right. 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 It's okay. A little bit at a time. Let's go to a rigger. Let's get a rigger happening. I've still got that other one, but I just want to get a little bit of that's all right. Here we go for time. Oh, 12 minutes. Let's see if we can do this. So concentration, you can see concentration, getting some darks in there. Mm. This is really just quick stuff now. Probably getting a bit too dark. Oh well. Need to get a little bit of dark down there, just so that we've got some reference that this is actually in Venice. That's right. Right, now the foreground. We really need to get the foreground cracking. I've only got 7 minutes or 8 minutes. So 10 past. Is it 10 past? Yeah, 10 past I think we said. So I've got to get some darks on there now. So here we go. I've already got some dark started. Some windows. Okay, more. Last darks. It's a bit of a muck around now. Just get the last few darks in there now, and maybe a hint of some other colour. I don't know how this will go within an hour, but you know, if I go 5 minutes over, oops, So we've got some big posts here. So we'll throw a few of those in. Remember, this is an impression, it's not a painting as perfection. Yeah, an impression. Get that in. Okay, through there. Let's through there. Get some other quick black gestures, some dark suggestions here and there. Some through there. One or two other things here and there. Let's complete the guy there. Let's get a few other there. All right, and one or two last little colourful bits with some, hopefully a few little sticker in there. Oh, I did forget one thing. A little bit of character. We're there. 11. Give me 3 minutes. Give me 3 minutes. A little bit of red. A little bit of red. Colour. A little splash here and there. That'll do. There is a little bit of red that goes around there. I could be here all day. Anyway. That was a real fast painting. It's not the greatest, but you know, the impression of colour and I suppose is there. Yeah, it might not be perfect. Anyway, it was a quick little exercise. Must be late. Yeah. How do you decide that? It's almost impossible to leave the whites. How do you do that? Would you recommend round mops? Yeah, round mops for beginners. Why not? They hold the most amount of water, and it gives you a little bit of freedom to play around with all sorts of different brush strokes. Whereas if you buy a chisel, or if you buy a dagger or any other mop, you're sort of confined to. You can still play around with the different brush strokes with those, but you're sort of confined to some other peculiarities of your brush. I hope everyone has had a look at, has had a bit of a, has gotten something out of it. I did, just purely because it was about having a crack at a different subject, something a little bit different, a little bit quick. It's not the greatest, but for the hour, you know, for the hour or so that it took me to pump this out, you know, I'm happy with that. That's a reasonable, quick impression. It's about an impression. It's not really about you know, being perfect and detailed. So what can I say? I hope, all I hope is that you enjoyed it, and that it gave you something. At least you could sit back and have a dinner. If you're in Brisbane, you'd have a dinner or a late dinner, and you sort of watched a little bit of art, a little bit of watercolour. So I hope that that sort of fulfilled a little bit of your Sunday evening. And for everyone else around the globe, wherever you are, thank you for tuning in. It's nice to have people from all over the place just popping in briefly and excuse me, and having a look at what I'm up to. If you like this, if you like these sorts of paintings, these are quick, these are impromptu, they're not sort of super considered in terms of strategy. Like tonight I just picked this one up. I mean, I've seen it for a little while and I wanted to paint something, but look, it was a case of just having a crack at it. I might even stick that on the wall. We'll see how we go. If you like what I produce and the way I paint, then by all means follow me on SczepanUrbanowicz.com. That's my website. Otherwise, Szczepan Urbanowicz Artist on my Facebook page, or Szczepan Brisbane on Instagram. You'll find all of the information. In fact, you can find all the information right here on the bottom, SczepanUrbanoviczArtist.com. And if you go there, and on the side here, you've got my Facebook, my Instagram, and my YouTube. So please Have a look at those. Subscribe if you like. If you like it, great. Subscribe. I'd love to see you watching more of these. And the more people basically that join up and are following this, the more impetus I have to continue doing this. No point doing this if no one's watching, and I'll do other things. But please, if you enjoy it, jump on board and keep the thing going. I'm glad that you turned up. I'll have a look through the questions later on, but at this stage I'm going to stop, let the painting dry, and enjoy the rest of my Sunday night. So wherever you are around the globe, thanks for coming along, thanks for having a look, and we'll see you next time. Thank you. See you again. Bye-bye.